Welcome back to Mindful Moments. Today's segment is entitled The Measurement of Time. It's important that we measure time properly. Now, I don't mean just checking your smartwatch or your phone and seeing what time it is and maybe timing yourself to see how fast you can get a thing done. There's nothing wrong with doing any of those things. I actually keep timers on throughout the day as I had time block, and that helps me to stay organized. But what I want to share with you is that we should never measure God's greatness, His goodness, nor His ability to help us, bless us, keep us by time. God said this to me a couple of years ago, and He's reminded me of it recently. He said, take time out of the equation, because time can bring disappointment, because my version of time and your version of time and your version of shortly and my version of shortly can be totally different, because God sits outside of time. He is eternal. He made time for us so that we can measure our days and months and weeks and seasons, and we can properly steward them. But when we only focus in on the promises of God, then that distraction of time loses its weight, and we can continue to move forward in hope and in faith of what God has promised, because He's no longer boxed in our mind to a certain time frame. So I want to encourage you this week to measure your time appropriately. And how do we do that? We measure it by the truth of God's word. If God has spoken something to you and He's told you that He's going to get it done, then it's done. It was done when He spoke it to you. When he made you aware, He was simply just making you aware that it was already in existence. So practice this week taking out the way that you measure time according to God and His promises. Now, I'm not telling you to throw your watches away or anything like that and show up late everywhere you go. Nope, that's not this video. But what I'm saying is put your hope solely in the promise keeper instead of focusing on the time that the promise itself is being produced. Keep believing, keep trusting God, and continue to be good to you, minding the things that matter. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed week.